Hello and welcome back to Trash It. Today we're going to be talking about something entirely out of our comfort zone, okay? And we're going to be talking about the D. I'm sure all of your tenants are going, what's she on about? Okay.
D what?
D. Okay. So, thinking about divorce, that's what we're talking about, because I think there's this notion that, especially with the Stu video that we had out a while ago, if you haven't seen that video, you need to go. These ladies, the high blood pressure was out of this world. But bringing it back to context, we're going to be talking about divorce because a lot of people are like, oh, is it too soon or too soon for you to move on? But if you look at the stages for people to be off the hook, especially when you've made that decision that actually I'm done, we're moving on. When is it the right time to move on? So if you're just catching us for the first time, I'm Yori. And this is Celia, my very beautiful hostess. And my wonderful Shari. I can see you're accentuating with a little brown and black. And Celia is so divine with our whites.
And now she's very summery today.
I know.
Isn't she?
It's so cold out there. So guys, when is it okay to move on? Especially when you're considering divorce. You guys have the conversation that the marriage is not working. We're moving on. When is it too soon to move on? And I'll start with you because the last time, Celia, I'll start
and you're
with you.
married. You're married. I'm single, so let's start with the married one.
So, but I want to know, Celia, when is it too soon?
Okay, so I'm very hot on morals, okay?
Oh God.
So I am, okay? I'm very hot on morals, okay? And for that reason, I feel like it's okay to move on when you've got the paper. Decree nisi or whatever it is.
Decree nisi and then decree absolute.
Absolute as well, yeah? When you have that paper in your hand, then you can move on. But in saying that, okay, because I know that some men can make it absolutely difficult for you to move on and they would refuse to sign that paper. If you and your husband have the agreement that you guys are going to get a divorce, yeah? And you're happy, you know, you guys, this is a...
But Celia, no one is ever happy when they're going through a divorce.
There's some divorces that you're happy with. At the end of the day, if you know you're going to divorce your partner, then there's no other option. If the partner is saying, I don't want this marriage anymore, I want a divorce. So why would you hold on and not give the person a divorce?
But what if you're in a relationship where he's not ready to let go? You're ready to let go, yes, because obviously probably in your mind you've explored all the options and you realize that that's it, the limit is limited, is finished. But in his eyes, he's feeling I love you still. Probably your feeling is not the same, but he still has some feelings and he's thinking, well, I want to push this out a little bit longer, you know.
I know what you're saying. Okay, now listen, I'm the kind of person that I do not say I want a divorce, except I really want a divorce. Okay, I've never had a divorce before, so I haven't felt it. I don't know how it feels like. That's why I would never
like someone has died.
Exactly. That's why I would never say I want a divorce. You will never hear me throw it around and say I want a divorce until I know that I actually want a divorce and there's no turning back.
Okay, sorry to stop you there, Celia. But to buttress Shari's point, you've made up your mind. You're done. But he's not done. So are you telling me you're gonna wait because you're the moral police?
Exactly.
You're gonna wait.
Really?
No, I'm not going to wait. Now listen, I've told you I want a divorce, yeah? And I've served you with the papers, okay? And on a good day, you know, depending on the legal system, whichever country.
An average divorce.
Do you understand?
If we're using UK as an example, you look around 6 weeks to 6 months.
Okay.
Depending on how sensible both of you are.
If after a year, I know that you're the one that's now refusing to sign the papers.
You move on.
I'm moving on.
Okay.
Because you could be very wicked and refuse to sign the papers for years.
But what if we flip this now? Let's say, okay, he's not ready to move on, whatever. You now have eyes on another. Yes? And you realize that this guy might be a good catch. So you're telling me as well, because you are morally going to follow everything through, would you put a potential guy that is interested in you
Yeah.
On hold.
on hold for 6 months till he come to his senses and say, okay,
Before you answer
I
that,
want to
Sherry, I'm
divorce.
taking it you won't wait.
No! Well, I could die tomorrow. Why would I want to wait?
Okay. Now.
No! Why would I? No,
listen.
honestly.
Yeah.
No, this is how I look at life. Yes, I agree with you. Morals. I like things to be done properly. But what I'm saying, if I know that there's nothing else I could do to salvage this relationship.
You're moving on.
Yes, and there's somebody else saying, hey, over here, I'm a potential, and I'm thinking, okay, I like this guy, whatever. Sorry, I'm not going to be waiting for you for 6 months, because you might know that I'm interested in someone, and you might be deliberately trying to sabotage something good for me. So why should I put my life on hold?
Celia, I'm going to read something here. Chances are divorces take 2 or 3 stages.
Can I answer her question?
Yes, certainly. I'll give you the opportunity.
Okay.
But before you do that, I want to buttress the point. Divorces take stages. So there's a stage where you agree to separate, and everyone moves out, and you consider a temporary plan. So are you telling me that in your temporary plan, going with Shari's question to you, you will wait?
What do you mean by a temporary plan?
You've moved out. You guys are separated.
Right.
The divorce is on the table. Ain't nothing changing.
Okay.
You just
What
said
are
you
you
moved
waiting
out.
for?
So why can't you wait to have the paper first before you move on?
But it
What's
doesn't
the
change
separating?
anything.
I know, but okay. So listen. The thing is, in going back to your question earlier, I will. If I know I'm separate, if we've agreed, if I've agreed with my husband that we're gonna have a divorce,
You no longer have your husband that one.
yeah, my ex or whatever. I'm not even. I'm coming out of that relationship. My head. I'm having a head pop. Okay, I'm not even thinking about the next relationship because I've got my kids to think about. I've got no, listen, because now I've got to think about how am I going to set myself up independently of my ex. Okay, that's why perhaps we're built differently.
We're
Okay,
all built differently.
I am not going to be looking at any man and be thinking
No.
that is a potential.
Hold on. Think about it this way. The idea of you actually having someone ask you, and I'm not saying we're cold-hearted or hearted human being, but you would have gotten to a place in your life, in your relationship, in your separation, in your divorce, where you are comfortable seeing another person. So when I say this is off the book, you've decided today, well, this marriage is not working, with you're divorcing, tomorrow you're going out. No, we would assume that this has been stewing in your head for a few
long
months.
time, not just
So
one.
the question is, you've made a conscious decision, the marriage is not working, the relationship is a dead horse.
Yes,
Why
no
you're
way
beating
you're
it?
going to go
You're
back there.
holding back because you haven't got a set of papers.
Anyway, that's my personal take.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
And I'd respect you
because
for that.
how long is this gonna take? As I said before,
We've seen people that have been agreed to divorce in 5 years, they still
Yeah,
fight.
exactly.
that's what I'm saying. I will not wait for that 5 years if I know the man is deliberately trying not to sign those papers just because he wants to keep me in
But
a
how
box.
would you know though?
Because I would know.
But how?
How
You're separating.
Okay, so why
He
can't
didn't say
you? Okay,
you
so
did that.
how long does it take you to sign the papers? I'm sorry.
Okay,
The lawyer served me.
all right, let me tell you.
No,
hold
No, you're
on.
missing the point that he's still in love with you.
Hold on.
I
hold on.
don't care.
Hold on. Let me take you through the processes. Well, using the UK. So you have the petitioner, which will be yourself. You do the petition, you'll be like, okay, I want to divorce you. The response go out to the person you're divorcing. And the court agrees that you should make reasonable effort to make sure that person is served. So it might be personally. And once you get to that place where there's an announcement of service, that's when you do the decree nisi. And then the judge decide the terms and conditions, blah, blah, blah. And then that goes on. And then you get the decree absolute. Now, between the decree nisi and the decree absolute, things change. Even from the acknowledgement of service. And the guy goes, you know what? The terms and conditions of this divorce is not favoring me.
Yeah, he could change.
But you know about it.
Yeah, but he might not like it.
No, listen. Okay, I think you guys are not understanding me. Yeah, this
I
is a
understand you.
process. Yeah, you're bouncing
Yeah, I
from lawyer to lawyer.
Yeah.
My lawyer to his lawyer. So we're exchanging information, right? We're trying to reach an agreement. So it would get to a point where my lawyer would have served him the last set of papers, and for no reason he's refusing to sign
It's
it.
not wrong refusing. You guys have two houses together. You want the brownstone, he wants an apartment, and he goes, "No, I want the brownstone." So you're not agreeing on the properties you want.
See,
So you're not.
yeah.
You're telling me now because you still have this space, and I'm not trying to single you. I want to understand it because she said, "Well, I'm gonna die tomorrow using your wallet. Why am I not moving on?" And a lot of times as women, and I hate to say this because I know a lot of women will be pissed off and be like, women sometimes we're like our own enemies. You've got women that will castigate up, be like, "Oh, why is she not waiting?" And there'll be a school of thought, they'll be like, "What's she waiting for?" So I'm sitting on the fence, I'm riding on the fence. If you are waiting and a good guy comes along, that you know that person will be perfect for you. He understands your children. You've seen him as a good potential.
It might even be a long.
I mean, how long after the divorce are you talking about, or how long after you and your ex decide to have a divorce are you talking
You
about?
can't put a timeline.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not understanding this. So what you're saying to me is, 2 months after you've said to your partner, "I'm gonna get a divorce," yeah, a guy swoops in and he sweeps you off your feet, and you think, "Wow." No.
Yeah, but see what I'm saying.
We're not asking you to marry the
No,
guy.
but
I
yeah,
know,
but see,
because I'm not
you
thinking
maybe
about that.
Yeah, but I think you're getting confused
No.
about you thinking of remarrying. We're not saying remarry.
No, of course I know you're not
Yes.
talking about remarriage. You're
What
talking
I'm
about
saying-
being in another relationship.
No, but what I'm saying.
3 months after you filed divorce
look,
papers.
you might have a best friend, yeah, that have been there for years.
Right.
Yeah, and he see everything you've been going through. He probably single or divorced as well, and he's probably thinking, you know what, this is my opportunity. You like him, he like you. You understand, you know his faults, you know everything. So you're telling me because your husband or ex-husband don't want to serve you the paper because he is just being spiteful. A lot of men are spiteful, come on. Because they say if he still have feelings for you, there's no way he's gonna come and give
actually
you
have
Listen,
feelings.
guys,
divorce
okay, no,
straight away.
listen.
I am thinking
Shari.
tomorrow I might drop down dead.
Yeah.
And I could be living the best. This is my philosophy. I want to live the best life
That you can.
that I can. Yeah. So no one's gonna stop me, not even with paper. Probably that's why I'm not married people, because I'm just saying I know people that deliberately marry people not because they love them, but because they want to have that hold, that control on that person.
Okay.
And what I'm saying, it might not be necessarily every man is like that. Don't get me wrong. You can have some men that do understand and do take on and say, okay, here's the paper. And then you have other men, because I have a lot of friends that are like that. My friend, she still haven't had it.
Okay.
Because
listen,
what happened?
Shari, let me stop.
No,
Wait,
what
no.
I'm saying
Listen.
I can see
what
Let me
is
stop you
that
there.
people
The
could
thing
be
is,
selfish.
no, listen. As I said earlier, okay. As I said earlier, as you said, there is a time. The divorce process takes X amount of months. You said 6 months, right?
On average.
Okay. On average. Okay. So what I'm saying is, we've decided to get a divorce, right? And we're hoping it will take 6 months. Let's stretch it to a year.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know in my heart of hearts, I'm not going to be in another relationship. Not because it cannot happen, but just because I'm not looking for it. But people might say, oh, well, sometime when you're not looking for it, it will come to you. But I'm not interested, okay? Because I'm the kind of person, once I'm focused on something, until I get that thing sorted, I'm not moving to the next. So if I'm saying to myself, within this year, I need to get my divorce sorted out. And if within that year, my divorce is still not sorted out, all I'm going to be doing is, okay, why is this thing not done? I'm not interested in any man or any relationship. I can have friends. I can go out with friends, okay? But I'm not interested in being in a relationship that will be sexual or that can lead to a relationship or that can lead to any sort of thing, because that's not what, that's not where my head is
Hold on,
at.
Shari. Okay, I get you. Okay, you're the kind of person that wants to finish with a task, then move on to another one. Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
depending on what the task is.
That's
Not
all
that I can't multitask. But
That's
again,
what we're saying.
not that I can't multitask, but no, what I'm saying in this issue, if I see that the man is deliberately wasting time and he's being spiteful and does not want to sign the papers, we've agreed, okay, you want the brown house, have it. Just sign the paper and give me my divorce. And no, I want the dog. Okay, have it. I want the bed, have it. And yet,
What do
this
you want
man,
the child?
no. No. If you want the child, then we can come to a 50-50. That you can't just want the child. It's not an animal. We can come to a 50-50 agreement on that. So what I'm saying is, if I see it's gotten to 6 months, 7, 8, 9 months, and the man is still,
You move on.
Yes, I move on.
Okay.
If I see that there's nothing holding you and stopping you, you're just being spiteful, then I'm moving on. But I'm not just going to move on because I know, I've been thinking about it since, so here's my time to just move.
No. I wasn't saying that as you serve him papers that you.
But you're
jump
saying
on
that you
the
can
wagon.
just meet somebody.
No, I am
Yeah, but you
saying
can.
if the
Exactly.
opportunity arises, yes, because I say it can happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, what is the purpose of just holding on just
When you
because
can be-
of?
Because for me,
I'm looking
I'm not,
mentally.
because the thing is, when you go through a relationship that leads to divorce, a lot of things happens. Okay, a lot of things happens to you. A lot of things happens
Emotions.
to your partner, emotionally, psychologically,
Everything.
physically, mentally,
Yeah.
in all way. Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm refueling myself.
I'm separated, so I know how
waiting,
that feels.
I'm refueling myself.
Yeah.
I'm regaining myself. I'm
Yeah.
finding myself again. So whatever it is that man stole from me,
You want to get it
I
back.
want to get it back. I want to be full
Yeah.
again
But the thing
and prepare
is-
myself for
All
a
right, now
relationship.
I'm gonna stop both of you there. I don't want people viewing this thinking that we're advocating that if you're going through a divorce, you need to have another
No,
relationship
no.
to fulfill your life.
No, we're not saying
But
that.
at times, it doesn't make sense to be lonely for no just reason. And we've seen some people that are not able to move on because they're still saying, well, I haven't got the papers, I haven't got a final divorce. It's like a final nail in the coffin for some people. They give me the right to move on. And sometimes you miss out because you're like, okay, I wish this wasn't on the table. If I wasn't going through a divorce, we'd probably be in a better space for us to move on. But at the same time, I understand where both of you are coming from. You want to live your life. You want to say, I want to refuel myself. I want to rediscover myself. I want to be an entity aside from just being someone's married and wife.
Which is fair enough.
Which is fair enough. And you only end up like, oh, actually, I've made up my mind. It's done and dusted. And if it's dusted, give me an opportunity for a fresh start. So, I get both of you, but I just want us as women to be empowered at the same time, to empower other people to make that decision. That there are no right or wrong answers.
Everyone's
But at the
different.
end of the day, whatever you're doing, personally, I wouldn't want a piece of paper to be holding you from living your life. But I get where you're coming from and I respect where you're coming from. But as women, we also need to understand that, okay, you can live your life irrespective of where someone's signed off the dotted lines, or even if you don't have plans of actually, because we've seen people where like, you know what, this is not working, let's separate. And people date.
That's mutual, and especially when it's mutual. Before you know it, in less than 6 months, divorce is done. Everybody moves on because both parties are happy to do that. It's only when one of the parties just wants to be unnecessarily
difficult.
Yeah, difficult.
Then
Which a lot of
that's when
divorce
I'm
can be
sorry.
difficult.
I'm not going to wait for 2 years to divorce a man. Because see, if it's a backlog in the courts, it's another story. But when the man is just saying, no, I'm not signing the paper for no reason. Okay, now you hold the paper. Bye. Period. If I know that I have waited and the process should have been over, but now it's left on you because you want to be wicked, I'm not waiting.
Oh, okay. Well, this is a very interesting conversation. As in, we thought we're a very jovial set of human beings, and someone said, someone's like, I wish you guys should trash something so difficult. And I didn't want to trash debts. So I thought, debt is so final.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what, let's talk about what everyone is talking about right now is around women and divorce. And sometimes it's as if we're being held back, especially the society does like a lot. They hold you back.
But it's hard for a woman, isn't it?
It is hard
Men,
for a
I
woman.
find that for men, it's not easy, but it's
more
just
acceptable.
it's more acceptable for them to just say I want divorce.
And then
When
that's
a woman said they want a divorce,
you have to
it's
consider
quite
your
different.
children,
Yeah,
you have
everything.
to consider your schedule.
Yeah.
So
And the
Everything.
society.
The society,
Your family,
yeah.
you know what you say to your
Yeah.
family. You know, it's a big
It's a big
thing.
decision.
But I think, as you say rightfully, Yuri, everyone is different. Everyone is unique, and you do what you
It's
feel
best
you
for
could
you.
cope.
This is
For
what
you.
works for
This
me.
is why
or what
I was
may
saying-
work for me.
But then the
God
thing is,
forbid.
it's different because when you're not in it, it's easy for us to run our mouth and say what we want. But when the emotion kick in, when everything is bombarded on you, and when you're going to,
I beg
it's
to differ
different.
because the thing about this is
Different.
that even if you're not living the situation, I would imagine women going through divorce or a divorce or going through one at the moment. It's harder on them.
It is.
But they're able to think outside the box and do what is best or right for them, for their children.
some
even
of
for
them-
the part. Well, we have some vindictive women.
Because no, you have some women that really have nervous breakdown.
I do.
They
I do know
can't.
that.
They can't
Yeah.
cope with it.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. Women is all about how you could cope mentally and emotionally for
Emotionally.
you. And if you can't, I would say probably try a counselor or someone that can give you that advice. Because they say what might be easy for me,
Yeah.
what might be easy for you, might not be easy for somebody else. So
Yeah.
as I say,
Yeah.
if you can't do it by yourself, people always find a friend to talk to, a counselor, a pastor, somebody to give you that advice
Well,
when it comes to divorce.
we're gonna leave it up there actually because I just wanted us to do something outside the box. So obviously, because we have a series of women coming through, but like I want something serious. So I didn't. Yeah. So
There you have it.
You have it. So if you're going through a divorce, I wouldn't say we want to hear from you because obviously it's a personal thing.
Yeah.
But just know there are people out there writing for you, either male or female. And I hope the process is easier on either parties. Okay, especially the children.
Yeah.
Until next week, I'm Yori,
Celia.
Shari.
and this is Trashing.
Bye.
Bye.